Gonna go on the song and say, but baby, you still hang with them that done got your partner whacked? Okay. So you got 21 Savage on your album, and then 21 Savage get on the album and say, get him smacked, then turn around and give his brother death. So he dissing your partner on your album. Probably said it in the studio with you.
I got Wham and Savage on the phone to stop whatever could have happened with me. I got niggas on the phone.
Day one homie, the kind who's been with you since the trenches, gets taken out on the interstate. And then you find out someone you called a friend in the industry might have had a hand in it. That's the dark reality behind Lil Baby and 21 Savage after Marlo's murder, and the streets haven't stopped talking since. Today we're diving into how 21 Savage allegedly lined up the hit on Lil Baby's best friend, why Marlo became a target, and how Young Thug had to step in before Atlanta spiraled into a full-blown war zone. Stick around, because what's beneath the surface is way deeper than anyone expected, and the street politics in this case will blow your mind. First, you need to understand how tight Baby and Marlo really were. They weren't industry buddies, they were brothers, raised in the same trenches of Bankhead, one of Atlanta's most notorious zones. When they both signed to Quality Control, it looked like they were about to blow up side by side. But that's where everything started to fall apart. Lil Baby's career skyrocketed, but Marlo's music never caught the same wave. According to P from QC, because Marlo wasn't making the type of money Baby was, he stayed in the streets trying to keep up with the lifestyle. Baby did everything he could to help. Record deals, studio sessions, features, the whole 9 yards. He pushed Marlo to leave the streets alone and focus on music. You could see in interviews how much Baby believed Marlo could make it out the right way. But Marlo's loyalty to the streets was deeper than most realized. Even with a deal and Baby backing him, he kept moving weight and handling business in Bankhead. That decision is what ultimately set the stage for tragedy and pulled 21 Savage into the mix. Here's what many casual fans never knew. Marlo wasn't portraying some industry image. He was respected before music. Locked in with PFK, also known as 3L, he was allegedly connected to serious street operations tied to the Goodfellas mob. Sources say he wasn't just moving product. He was allegedly handling other business, including making problems disappear when people crossed the line. But one incident changed everything: the alleged murder of Capo Nuke. Nuke wasn't anybody. He was a high-ranking Goodfella who had just come home after serious time and had deep ties to 21 Savage's 4L crew. The word in the streets is that Nuke was messing with Marlo's baby mama, and Marlo wasn't tolerating that kind of disrespect. That move may have put a direct target on his back and placed him right in 21 Savage's crosshairs. The call-in and had Capo Nuke taken out, and that right there, that was the move that sealed his fate. Because Nuke wasn't just anybody. He had deep ties to 21 Savage's people, and in the streets, a hit like that could never go unanswered. To understand how things escalated, you need to know about one name: Baby Drill. Real name, Del Cristo Wilson, a young, hungry kid trying to build a name in both the streets and the rap game. He was part of 21 Savage's 4L crew, raised inside the system that 21 built. Baby Drill was one of those loyal young soldiers, the kind who'd do anything to prove himself to the OGs. So when 21 Savage allegedly put a bounty on Marlo's head, Baby Drill saw his moment, his chance to earn respect and move up in the ranks. And what makes this story even wilder? He allegedly used the hit to boost his rap career. After Marlo died, Baby Drill started dropping songs where he basically bragged about it. In tracks like 32 Freestyle and features with Young Nudie, he referenced dropping his biggest op when he was just 17, clearly hinting at Marlo. The streets said that on July 11, 2020, after the Bankhead reunion, Baby Drill and his crew followed Marlo onto I-285 and opened fire on his car. Marlo crashed and died at the scene. And it doesn't stop there. Baby Drill was later arrested for murder in another case, proving that this wasn't his only alleged body. To truly understand why 21 Savage wanted Marlo gone, you gotta look at the gang politics in Atlanta. 21 runs with 4L, which includes Slaughter Gang and connects with multiple blood sets across the city. Marlo was affiliated with PFK/3L, tied to the Goodfellas mob. These crews used to be cool. There's even old footage of 21 Savage and Marlo in the 9th Ward, smiling, showing love, making money together. But after Capo Nuke's death, everything changed overnight. 4L members started applying pressure to PFK. Chain snatchings, robberies, shootings, anyone linked to 3L was fair game. One of the biggest casualties in the war was Mad Rock, an 18-year-old 4L member known for putting in work. He was killed in a drive-by, and all fingers pointed straight at PFK for the retaliation. At that point, the violence became a cycle, and everybody knew it would end only when major players were removed permanently. But here's where things took a dark turn and where 21 Savage showed his true colors. Not only did he allegedly orchestrate Marlo's murder, but he dissed him on Lil Baby's own album. On the track, 21 dropped lines clearly aimed at Marlo, basically taunting Lil Baby while he was still mourning his day one brother. 21 Savage felt bold enough to diss a dead man on his friend's own album says everything. It showed how confident he was that Lil Baby wouldn't retaliate, almost like he was testing Baby's gangsta, seeing whether Baby would stand on principle for his fallen brother or let it slide for the sake of industry relationships. And what made it even colder? Baby was still grieving Marlo, still trying to process the loss when 21 Savage basically bragged about it on his project. In any other situation, that kind of disrespect would trigger an immediate response in the streets. But once money and major labels get involved, everything changes. Now, imagine being Lil Baby, slowly realizing that someone you trusted in the industry might have been involved in your day one homie's murder. According to sources close to the situation, Baby was crushed when he learned about 21 Savage's alleged role. The streets say Baby was ready to go to war with 21 and the entire 4L crew, but the industry politics made everything complicated. Both artists were earning millions, both had powerful backing. A full-scale war could have cost a lot of people money. What really hurt Baby was realizing that 21 Savage was playing in his face the whole time, smiling for photos, doing features, showing love at events, all while allegedly knowing exactly what happened to Marlo, because he ordered it. That's when Young Thug stepped in. Thug has always pushed to keep Atlanta united because he knows internal beefs ruin the money and stain the city's reputation. He'd said before that he personally stopped multiple street beefs from turning deadly. So when he caught wind of the tension between Baby and 21, he knew he had to act fast. Thug got both of them on a three-way call and kept it real. He told them they were bigger than the streets, that Atlanta was known for unity, not self-destruction. According to Thug himself, his words were, "Man, y'all brothers, we ain't talking about no internet stuff. We talking about real life. Either one of y'all can get on any platform and say I had y'all on the phone and told y'all to dead this." The beef was squashed in public, but in the streets, they knew what really happened. And that's exactly why Gunna felt comfortable enough to call Baby out later in his lyrics. In one of his tracks, he referenced Baby hanging with somebody that got your partner whacked. And that line hit different because it confirmed what everyone already suspected. Lil Baby stayed cool with 21 Savage, even though he allegedly knew who was behind Marlo's death. That raised eyebrows was when Lil Baby deleted his Instagram tribute to Marlo just minutes after posting it. That move had people questioning whether Baby was really about that life, or whether he was willing to sacrifice street loyalty to protect his career and industry relationships. Before all this came to light, Baby used to show love to Marlo publicly, every birthday, every death anniversary, every meaningful date. He'd post old memories, share photos, and keep his brother's name alive. But after the rumors surfaced about 21 Savage's alleged involvement, all of that stopped. No birthday posts, no anniversary tributes, nothing. It was like Marlo vanished from Baby's public memory, which is shocking considering how close they were. That shift didn't go unnoticed. The streets and Marlo's family began questioning whether Baby truly wanted justice or if he was protecting his position in the industry. And this is where things get deeper than rap, because Atlanta's music scene has real politics behind the curtain. You've got million-dollar artists tied to street crews that are actively at war. The labels want peace. The managers want money, but the streets, they want answers. Chris Jeremiah and other street commentators pointed out how this situation damaged Baby's credibility. How can you rap about loyalty and street codes while still being cool with the people who allegedly had your best friend killed? That's the question Atlanta kept asking. The harsh truth? In this industry, money often speaks louder than loyalty. Labels, executives, and business partners don't care about street justice. They care about profits. And when millions are on the line, even revenge gets put on pause. At its core, this story is about loyalty, betrayal, and the cost of staying connected to the streets while trying to rise in the music industry. Lil Baby lost his day one, allegedly to someone he considered a friend in the game. 21 Savage allegedly orchestrated the hit through Baby Drill, then disrespected Marlo on Baby's own album. Young Thug had to intervene just to prevent an all-out war in Atlanta, but by then, the damage was already done. And now, everyone is still getting money, still putting out records, still performing on stages together. That tells you everything about how the industry really works. Peace gets prioritized over justice, especially when money is involved. But the streets never forget. That's why this story still echoes years later. The way Baby stopped posting about Marlo and seemingly moved past seeking justice speaks volumes about the power of industry politics over street loyalty. That's the real story behind the Lil Baby and 21 Savage situation. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. And don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns of the real stories behind your favorite artists.